All right, let's talk about something wild. We're going on a mission, a totally impossible one, surviving on Mercury. Now I know, it sounds like pure sci-fi, right? But stick with me, because figuring out why it's so incredibly deadly, well, it really puts into perspective just how lucky we are here on Earth. Let's dive in.
So let's just get right to it. Here's the big question. Could you, right now, survive for just 5 minutes on the surface of Mercury? I'll give you a hint. The answer is a hard no, not even close. But why? Oh, the reasons are just fascinating. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to treat it like a real mission. You've just stepped out of your lander onto Mercury, the sun's closest neighbor. We're starting a stopwatch, and we're going to count down all the ways the planet would try to, well, end your trip really, really fast.
So try to picture this, okay? Your boots hit the ground. You're standing on this barren, gray, crater-pocked landscape. You look up, and there's no blue sky, just a deep, inky blackness. And hanging in that blackness is the sun. But it looks huge, terrifyingly huge. Welcome to Mercury. Don't get too comfortable.
Right. So the very first thing that's going to try and get you, it's the ground itself. Mercury isn't just a planet of extremes, it's a planet of violent extremes. And guess what? You've just landed right in the middle of the cosmic crossfire.
Okay, so the temperature difference here is just staggering. It's not a matter of is it hot or cold, it's a matter of are you going to be flash fried or flash frozen? Get this. On the side facing the sun, it's a blistering 430 degrees Celsius, that's 800 Fahrenheit. But then on the night side, the temperature absolutely plummets to a bone-chilling minus 180 Celsius. There's no in-between, really, except for this thin little strip of twilight called the Terminator line that's always moving. But even that is no picnic.
And just so we're clear on what 800 degrees Fahrenheit means, that's hot enough to melt lead. Not slowly, but instantly. Think about that. Your spacesuit, your gear, anything you brought with you, yeah, it's not going to last long. We're talking seconds, maybe.
So why the crazy temperature swing? Well, here on Earth, we've got this nice, cozy atmospheric blanket that holds on to heat and spreads it around. It keeps things pretty stable. Mercury, it's got nothing, no blanket. So when the sun's heat hits, it's like a blowtorch on the surface. And on the dark side, all that heat just vanishes, radiating straight back out into space. Instantly hot, instantly cold.
But okay, let's just pretend. Let's say, by some miracle, you've found a way to handle the temperature. You're not out of the woods yet, not even close, because now we have to talk about the silent killers, the dangers you can't even see coming.
Yeah, we talked about the no atmosphere thing, but look at this. This chart really drives it home. See that big bar for Earth? That's our air pressure. Now, see that little speck for Mercury? It's so small you can barely see it. Scientists call it an exosphere, which is really just a fancy way of saying it's a vacuum. For all intents and purposes, you're in the deep, empty space between planets.
And life in a vacuum? Well, it's over before it starts. If you weren't in a pressurized suit, the air inside you would instantly expand. The liquids in your body would literally start to boil. And of course, there's no oxygen to breathe. Oh, and one more thing. That lack of an atmosphere means there's no shield. So all those tiny little micrometeorites that harmlessly burn up in our sky, on Mercury, they're like tiny hypervelocity bullets.
That whole no shield thing from the atmosphere, it gets worse. It also means you're totally exposed to our next silent killer, radiation. And we're not talking a little extra sun. Because Mercury is so close to the sun, it gets absolutely hammered by solar radiation, 11 times more intense than what we get here on Earth.
You see, Earth has this amazing magnetic field that acts like a force field, deflecting all that nasty radiation. Mercury, its magnetic field is super weak, almost non-existent, so you are just completely exposed. That intense radiation would just tear through your body and shred your DNA, leading to fatal radiation poisoning, and fast.
So we've got the temperature, the vacuum, the radiation, but let's say you're in some kind of supersuit that solves all of that. Even then, you've got a problem. The planet itself, its very structure, is just fundamentally hostile to life.
For starters, let's talk gravity. You'd only weigh about 38% of what you do on Earth. Now, that might sound like fun, right? Bouncing around and all that. But in the long run, it's absolutely terrible for the human body. Your muscles would start to waste away, and your bones would lose their density. Our bodies are just not built for it.
And the surface itself, it gives you nothing. Zero. There's no liquid water, no useful resources, no organic material to work with. It's just dead rock and dust, something called regolith.
And to top it all off, the planet's core is still cooling down and shrinking, which causes the whole surface to shake with violent Mercury quakes.
So when you add all of this up, the heat, the cold, the vacuum, the radiation, the quakes, you get one simple, inescapable conclusion. Surviving on Mercury isn't just hard, it's an impossible challenge. It's way, way beyond anything our technology can handle, now or anytime soon.
I mean, just think about what it would actually take to make it livable. It's kind of funny, actually. Step 1, just, create and import an entire breathable atmosphere. Easy, right? Step 2, build a dome around the entire planet to keep it from floating away. And for the grand finale, step 3, just whip up an artificial magnetic field to stop everyone from getting fried by radiation. It's pure science fiction. It's not going to happen.
And that's exactly why we leave this job to the robots. They're the real heroes here. Robotic pioneers like NASA's Messenger probe and ESA's BepiColombo are our eyes and ears on Mercury. They can handle the punishment, gathering all this amazing data from a safe distance, doing a job that no human could ever do.
So what's the bottom line here? I think Mercury is just this incredible, stark reminder of how special Earth is, how unbelievably rare and precious our little blue marble is. We live in a solar system that is, frankly, violent and hostile. And if our closest planetary neighbor is this deadly, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What would it really take for us to find a second home out there?